Greetings and welcome to another bead haul for Odin's Bead Haul. So, I did things I didn't intend to do, which is par for the course for this entire situation in my beading life. But I ran out of beads, and that's kinda how this started. I was doing the Skillshare class for this piece, the Alter Ego, and I wanted to finish the necklace. I finished the videos, and I have links down below for the class, Skillshare class, so if you want to learn how to make this piece, it's down below. I'm also working on a PDF tutorial, which will come sometime later. Anyway, I ran out of 3mm bicones, and I could have substituted something with my stash, but I really liked the dark indigo. So I went online and ordered some dark indigo and some extras, just because they're pretty. So they get their own little spot in my stash now. And Swarovski did just release a new launch, seasonal launch, and I wasn't going to really do much about it. I might get some stuff later when it's more financially sound, but I got the new Majestic blue, and that is vibrant on camera, whoa. So, it's pretty, it's just, I'm not convinced that we needed it. It is kind of like right in the middle, I've got my swatch here, it's like right in the middle between cobalt and sapphire, because as you can see, cobalt here is like more of a true blue, and then sapphire has a little bit of the grayer tones, a little more desaturated tones. So I mean, it's a pretty color, it's just I'm not sure we needed something like this, but if you're not the type of person that keeps in a stash and stuff like that, it might not be something you're interested in, it might be something you're interested in. It's a decent color. I was really excited when they came out with the lime green, but then I learned it was the lacquer finish lime green, and I wasn't thrilled with that, because I'm not thrilled with the lacquer finishes. They look very plasticky in person. If they didn't have this silvery coating in the front of it, I would really not like it, but the silvery coating does make it a lot nicer looking, and does look like glass, but I was not happy. I would like to see a lime green crystal color, because that would be pretty. But as you can kind of tell with my swatch, I mean, we have quite a nice spectrum of blues in the picture, and then that's not even counting the more bluey-greeny side here, so we've got plenty of blues. We're lacking a few greens, but let's see. Oh, I have even more. More blues! More greens. Let's just kind of shuffle them all in there. So, that's just kind of my 2 cents on that. What else came in was these 2-hole spikes that look really cool. They look like studs. And they come in 3 shapes, which I might get just to play with, because I kind of want, I can make like a choker with it, or a nice cuff with that, but I don't know. They also had these really cool rock tubes, which are basically like really long tubes of metal, and they got crystals wrapped around them, but if I do a video on that, I will let you guys know and probably link this one. But they really didn't come out with fancier shapes. They had the pendants, which are basically rivolis, but with holes punched in them, and they remind me of the Zillion, the 6mm. I have no idea what these are called, but they're round discs, and they have a hole punched in them, but these are Rivoli size, so you've got like the 14, the 18mm. And those would be cool for a focal piece, but, I mean, I'm used to bezeling my Rivolis, so I could kind of see those being, like, hanging them on the center of, like, a chain, and then having, like, some cascading chains and crystals and drops hanging over them like a weeping willow or something like that, but that's just what immediately goes to my head. Moving on to the pearl color. Now, I just grabbed an earring pair just to see what these look like. This is Iridescent Dove Gray. And they seem to be, I don't know, it's pretty, but it's on along the same lines of, did we really need this color? They're retiring a lot of colors, and I'll have another rant about that momentarily. More like a rage fit, but it's kind of pretty. It's like a semi-matte. It's still a bit shinier than, like, the iridescent pearls. For example, I have some white iridescent pearls, and you can see this one's a lot more shinier than this one. And this one, but this one flashes a bit more different colors. This one doesn't have too much It's got a soft pink hue, but it's only if you hit it in the right light. And, yeah, you know. I mean, basically, with all these releases, I'm the type of person who will pick one color from a color family and stick with it to refill my stash. Because here we have, let's see, we've got our whites and our cream spectrum here, and then we have our grays. So it kind of fits in the middle between the two. I wouldn't want to, like, if I want to go gray, I want to go gray. This one is a little too subtle for me, but I don't know. Let's invoke some discussion and let me know what you guys think down below about these seasonal launches. So, that's about it for that order, because I'm trying to be good. But moving on to my next haul, this started off because I made an awful discovery. Swarovski has retired Petrol color pearls, and this upsets me greatly. So, which, if you aren't familiar with, actually this one has some. Petrol is this very lovely bluey with a green hint to it, and it's just so lovely, and so pretty, and so beautiful. And they're getting rid of it for some reason, and I don't know why. This one I would think would be a very popular color. And I discovered this, I've had it confirmed by 2 of my suppliers, so yeah, it's, if you see Petrol, grab it, because it's going. And speaking of, huzzah! I called up my local bead shop and I'm like, hey, do you have any more Petrol? And they're like, yeah, no, they were discontinued. Oh, wait a minute. I have 12 strands left. I will take them all. So this is my last stash of Petrol 3mm pearls, but knowing me, I'm probably not going to use a single one of them because I know it's discontinued. I don't know, I'm the type of person that holds on to things. Like, I already went over my potion issue when it comes to games. I will hoard my potions until just in case, and just in case never happens. So I'm stuck with, like, a full inventory, but anyway. So yeah, I will probably sit on these for quite some time, but it's not as bad if I make a piece myself, because that way I will keep the beads and I'll have them on me all the time, so I will always have reminders of this beautiful, beautiful color. And I'm just looking at my stash of 4mm and 6mm and crying, because that's all that's left. That's a long-ass trip for me, because now my local beads, my previous local bead store, which was in town, closed down, so my newest local bead stores are an hour away from me in 2 directions, so of course I can't just buy that. I got a few more things. I was poking around the seed beads because I shouldn't have. I have plenty of seed beads, but I will never learn. And I found these cool colors. They're Czech hanks, and it's in this interesting semi-matte color. It's not really matte, but it's not really shiny, so I just thought it was really pretty. And I'm not sure what's in a hank. I think it's like, I don't know, a quarter kilo or something like, not a quarter kilo, quarter ounce. I don't know how they measure these things. If you know how hanks are measured by, let me know in the comments down below. These are Czechs, and it's just a color that I don't have, and I should think the finish would keep nicer because it's not like the metallic in the silver tends to flake off and just be not fun, and it kind of feels like glass and shrapnel everywhere, so I got 2 hanks of that, and then I cleaned her out on a couple colors of gem duos. Now, I'm not too big a fan of gem duos, personally. I like the diamond duos better, but I really liked the colors that she had. These are like, this is a GD, oh, gem duos probably, bronze copper, so it's a very matte red toned color. And I have a lot of bronze, like the metallic bronze in diamond duos, so these ones I won't cry as much if I use and give them away, because, give away whatever pieces, because it's not going to cost me that much to replace. So, I got 4 tubes of those, as well as 4 tubes of this Gold Shine Dark Olive, which, if anybody knows me, I go with the earth tones. If it's not earth tones, it's black and red, so that's kind of what I'm trying to stick to in my palette, so I don't end up buying everything under the sun. So I got those. And finally, I bought needles, because I always use needles. I always break my needles. I got John James in size 10, and I didn't know, like, this person carried, my shop carried, John James. They usually carried the tulips, and I don't know about you guys, but I'm not about the life of buying and spending like $12 for 4 needles from Tulip, and I'm just kind of like, ah. Because a lot of my designs are really, really stressful, and I break things, and I pop things, and the eyes bend, the eyes break, the eyes snap, and then the steel just randomly decides it'll to turn brittle and snap, so at $5 each, that's not bad, especially considering I just paid $7 online, which is really obnoxious, but I should be good for a while. So, that will do it from me. Let me know what you guys are into. It's gonna be kind of quiet until I get these edits done. I finally just got my edits back, so I need to really haul ass and get it to my editor, or not my editor, the formatter, so we can finalize everything and finally publish the book. I am so excited. I'm so stressed out, but what can you do? Anyway, so let me know down below what you guys think of the Swarovski launch. What are your opinions? And what designs and sorts of things would you do with the new limited shapes? Which honestly, I'm kind of grateful that it wasn't that big of a launch, because I'm broke. So be sure to like up this video and subscribe if you want to see more bullshit from me. Check out my other jewelry shenanigans. I just released a Skillshare class, and I'm gonna have another one coming in the coming months. This glorious piece here. I do a lot more things other than jewelry, so be sure to check out all of my shenanigans. All pertinent links are down in the description box. And if you want to be extra chatty, we also have a community at Facebook at Creations from Lessons with Odin. That link is also down below. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and of course, if there's anything I need to be trying out right now, feel free to let me know down below. And I will see you next time.